Hey everybody, it's Kev from theTikiNation.com. I wanted to give you a couple of quick tips on how you can improve your bar chords. A lot of people struggle with a bar chord. So what is a bar chord? A bar chord is when you press down more than one string at a time. So your B flat, you could have a partial bar by barring two strings at one time. Or if you played a B minor 7 chord going all the way across the second fret, otherwise called the D6 chord, you would be doing a bar chord. So bar chords are a great thing to learn, and when you go beyond the very beginning level, you really need to do bar chords so you can move up and down the neck and do movable chord positions. So if you're just starting out and you're trying to figure out how to do your bar, here are 3 things you can do to improve and make it easier to do a bar chord. So the first trick is, how do you put your finger on the bar? I call it the remote control trick. So pretend like you're using a remote control and pushing down with your finger, like you would be changing channels. Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. Hey, wait a minute, don't like it. You've got this muscle already built up, this huge remote control muscle, right? So pretend like you have a remote control, put your hand up like you have a remote control, and then put it on the neck. So now your thumb is a little bit upward, and it's just like you're using a remote control. That will give you the proper pressure across the neck. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 on how to do a bar chord is you don't have to go straight across that fret. When I play bar chords, I will angle my finger slightly. So instead of having my finger straight across, it makes it really hard to get across the neck. I'm going to turn it a little bit. As long as my finger is within the fret and what I'm pressing down touches on the fret, that's how we get the note. We push the pressure on the string, it goes against the metal bar of the fret, and that's how we get our sound of our note going up and down the neck, right? So for instance, if I'm playing an easy B flat chord, which is hard for a lot of beginners, and I have my 2 fingers right across here, straight across, and then I try and arch over, it's really hard to get. So what you do is you pivot your finger this direction. So instead of going like that, I pivot like this. And then that allows me a little extra reach to get my chord perfectly. Same thing on other bar chords. That's tip number 2. You don't have to have your finger straight across. Tip number 3. I often see beginners sticking their elbow out when they're trying to do these chords, and they stick their tongue out too. But if your elbow is up too far, try bringing your elbow in towards your body. If you bring your elbow in towards your body, that will put your hand in a better position. And then if you follow the tips I gave you for 1 and 2 of using the remote control and angling your finger slightly, you're going to be successful. Now remember, when you do bar chords, like if you're doing a minor shape of a bar chord, a lot of the books show your finger going all the way across all 4 strings, and then they put another finger down here. You don't have to play it like that because you have 2 fingers on the same string, so you can bar 3 strings and then add your ring finger, and that's easier. So those are my tips for a bar chord performance. And once you got it down, the world is your oyster, right? You'll be able to play bar chords all over the neck.
Because done is better than perfect.